Alright, hey guys, what's up? It's Tony Sauger here at the Lavender Project, and today I'm going to be talking about a creepypasta that my girlfriend actually sent me over Facebook, one of the many, that I really thought was really cool. Out of all of them she sent me, this one was probably the best in my opinion. And anyways, so, sorry I haven't been doing videos a lot lately. I think we've only made one or two videos this month, of March, but anyways, I've been a little busy, kinda. But anyways, yeah, so I have this creepypasta here. You guys will probably like this. I'm hoping you guys will. I certainly liked it. It's not really a long creepypasta. It's pretty much a short one. You guys can go read it on the Creepypasta Wiki. It's called Gateway of the Mind. If you guys haven't heard of it, well then stay here and I'll talk to you guys about it. You guys can go read it if you want. If you want, pause this video right now and go read it so there's no surprises. But anyways, so it's pretty simple actually. It talks about how back in 1983, there is a team of scientists, and it was in an undisclosed location. They don't know where the hell it was, really. And it was just a random team of scientists. And basically, they had, like, what they thought in their scientific procedures was that if a human being had no senses at all, none of the five senses, then he would be able to perceive communications with God and God himself and spirits just in general. So I kind of thought about that and I was like, I guess that makes sense. So basically they say if you have no touch, no feel, no eyesight, no hearing, no taste, no smell, then you will be able to communicate with spirits. So what they thought is that the five senses of common humans clouded awareness of beyond the physical world. And in a way they do, but then again, people do have the sixth sense. Everyone has a little bit of sixth sense in them. And this is actually what this study's about. Basically, the five senses clouding the sixth sense, I'm guessing. And anyways, so they thought without senses, humans could communicate to spirits by mind, and they would be aware of spirits. And in this case, God himself. I'm guessing these scientists were of religious faiths, so I'm just gonna go with, yeah, okay, that kind of makes sense. It's pretty legit. So anyways, they had no real test subjects to do this on, and they didn't know if this was gonna work, but they wanted to get the word out, and they wanted to see what they could do to make this scientific study maybe a reality. So they got a volunteer, and it was an old man, and basically he said that he had nothing left to live for, so that was their only volunteer, their only test subject. So basically what they did is this guy went willingly, so the scientists severed all of his sensory nerves from his brain, and so he couldn't use any senses. He basically just laid there every day, and he had his thoughts to himself, basically, and to see what would happen if you were just alone with your thoughts and you had no sense of the physical world. So basically scientists monitored his brainwaves, and they also, recorded what he said in his messed up sentences, because you know how you talk when you can't hear. Like, if you ever heard a deaf person talk, it's kind of off. But yeah. So anyways, that's basically how he talked. And they actually have kind of a list here on the creepypasta of what happened basically each notable day. So it starts off with 4 days after. This old man, he said to the scientist, even though he can't hear himself, he still talks, remember, so he told the scientist that he was hearing voices in his head. And the first thing that the scientist thought was that it was psychosis. And basically that means it's kind of like a shock, not really feeling, not being able to hear or anything, and also kind of going crazy a little bit, kind of mental. So they didn't really think anything of it, really. Until 2 days after, which was the 6th day of the experiment. The old man said that he heard his dead wife talking to him, which is why he said wife. And when I heard that, when I read that, I was like, well, okay, that's kind of weird, but okay, kind of makes sense. And that he also told them that he could communicate back, via his mind, like mind control, telekinesis. And, he also named info of the scientist's dead relatives. Like, he would talk to them about their names and why they died, when they died, all that stuff. And that's when the scientists started to realize that this was legit, that he wasn't just... What the hell is that? Anyways, that he wasn't just going, crazy or giving them bullshit. And it actually made some of the scientists um, a little, you know, it made them emotional, I'm guessing, and they just didn't want to do anything with this anymore because they were like, look, this is legit. I don't want to deal with any of this anymore. If it's really like spirits and stuff, I'm not going to get into that. So probably about half the team left, but there's still quite a number of scientists that wanted to continue with this experiment. So anyways, 9 days after that, the 13th day of the experiment was the next notable sign. Basically what happened is the old man said that he was hearing multiple voices, like literally he said about 100 or so, even more. That's what the pasta stated. And he started going kind of crazy. Not really, but he was distressed. He was like annoyed as shit. He just wanted his like sanity back, his conscious, hear himself think. And he tried to throw himself against the wall a couple times to trigger a pain response. And he begged the scientists to put him to sleep because he couldn't handle it all anymore. He just wanted to be back in the physical world, or like just him to sleep so he wouldn't have to deal with this. And so anyways, the sleep thing worked actually for 3 days. On the 16th day, the man said to the scientists that he was really having nightmares about things, that these spirits and stuff would come to him, talking to him in his nightmares. And he was really kind of just at this point. He was like, fuck. So anyways, the next day, he started just going crazy. He tried to scratch at his eyes even though they don't work. And he was trying to look for a physical response. This was basically his last call of sanity. And he said that the voices, both in his head and in his nightmares, were talking about hell and the end of the world. And there was even a point where it said in the Creepypasta that this guy repeated the statement, "No heaven, no forgiveness," for 5 hours straight. So when I heard that, I was kind of like, okay, this is kind of weird. But okay. Like, just like the rest of this pasta, everything's a little weird, but kind of believable at the same time. So anyways, basically he begged the scientists to kill him or something, that he wanted to die. He couldn't deal with this anymore. But the scientists were like, no, don't kill him yet, or don't do anything to him, because we think that he might be getting contact from God, or he's definitely getting contact from spirits, but maybe he can get contact from God himself, so let's not do anything yet, because that was the whole root of their experiment in the first place. So anyways, I think it was about 2 days later, the 18th day of the experiment, if I'm correct. The guy was just, like, so deaf, he couldn't even hear what he was saying. I mean, his sentences were basically, you couldn't really understand them, he could barely talk as it is. And he was just, at this point, trying to kill himself, going crazy. He was ripping skin off of his arm. I'm not sure if he was trying to kill himself, or if he was just going insane, or both, as I stated. But anyways, so the scientists restrained him so he wouldn't kill himself, because they wanted to see what would happen if this went through. And after a couple hours, he just stopped struggling and stopped screaming. And he didn't really cry, but teardrops just came down his face. And he just looked straight up at the roof like he was just done. And over the next 2 weeks, he had to be rehydrated, which means basically he cried so much and so many tears came off of his face that basically all the water in his body was gone, and the scientists had to keep feeding him water to keep this guy alive. And at this point, it's been about exactly a month since they started the experiment, or a month and 1 day or something, because that's how long the total experiment was. So anyways, the old man, in his last call, he turned his head and made eye contact to a scientist. Despite the fact that he was blind, he actually made eye contact with the scientist for the first time of the whole experiment, the first and only time. And he just said, quote unquote, "I have spoken with God, and he has abandoned us." And then his vital signs stopped. And they never found out his legit cause of death. It was unknown. They didn't know why he died. But that was basically, to them, they were like, alright, let's stop it. He's dead. We think that he communicated with God. He said so. We got him communicating with the spirits. So to these scientists, they're like, okay, this is real. Let's stop this now. Basically, that's the whole creepypasta. And after reading this creepypasta and studying it, makes a lot of sense, actually. Regarding to the Sixth Sense, it does make a lot of sense. No, not that goddamn movie with Will Smith. Or no, not Will Smith. That other guy. No, Will Smith is a black guy. I don't think he has Sixth Sense. Maybe Maybe he has gun sense. I don't know. Kool-Aid sense. There we go. But anyways, no. The sixth sense is basically the power to communicate with spirits, feel their presence, and many people have it. I myself have a little sixth sense. Most people, I think everyone has a little sixth sense. I have a more than usual, but I'm not enough to be called a psychic. But I do sense anything even more than my little brothers do. And apparently in the spirit world, or according to science, basically, little kids are supposed to be, and animals for that matter, are supposed to be more, what's the word? Like, not vulnerable, but they're supposed to sense spirits more strongly and more often than adults do, or people that are growing are. Because they're just more in tune with, like, nature or some crap. And they're also more pure, because the younger they are, they haven't really committed any of that sin. And that's basically what the religion part of it, that's what that says. And I kind of believe it. I'm not really big on any religion, but it makes a lot of sense to me. And being that I am actually, like, really high in tune with sense of spirits, I think that this is some legit stuff right here. So, it was a nice read, and it also says on the bottom of the creepypasta, I was reading it, they did a restudy in this, starting in the year 2000 in San Francisco, actually. And then again in 2003, and they're still studying it now, so it's been about 10 years. And they're basically doing a study not like this, but they're studying how the mind can work with spirits, how it can communicate and all that stuff. And also the opposite, which is the skeptical side, being that if you do that, it will, like, if you do this to someone, they'll just go crazy and they'll think they're hearing stuff, but they really won't. No matter. Really interesting creepypasta. I love it. I actually think that this was true and real, and it has documented studies from San Francisco. Many professors and people that work in colleges have studied this, and they're still studying it right now, as I said. And I hope I hear some more on this, but it's really interesting. I'm glad my girlfriend brought this up to me. She also brought up another creepypasta that I still have to read and do for you guys. But yeah, I just wanted to do this creepypasta because I thought it was really awesome. And my girlfriend actually made the thumbnail for this video, so it's pretty cool. I don't know how you wouldn't see that, but yeah, check it out. It's pretty cool. And yeah, thanks to her for this video. I do think that this is legit. You guys tell me what you guys think about this. Comment, like, and subscribe to become a TLP boss today. Or even if you don't want to be a TLP boss, still comment on what you think of this video. I don't know why you wouldn't want to be a TLP boss, but you should like this. And if you dislike it, I'm probably guessing you don't think this is legit, which is okay with me, because there is also a really strong skeptical side to this that I also believe in. So, even though I believe it's legit, I also think that people could just go crazy and all that, obviously. I'm a man of science, not really, but I do know my shit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit, mate. But anyways, so like, comment, and subscribe to become a TLP boss today, and thanks for watching this video. I'll have another video up soon, mate, so just, yeah, watch those. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say for this video. I think this is our number 102 of our videos. Don't know why I wanted to add that, but I just did. So anyways, yeah, so thanks for watching. Stay sexy, as Martin likes to say, but he's not here right now, so I'm saying it for him. So, yeah. Also, read this creepypasta, and tell me of anything else that you guys might know relating to this subject, or just anything in general. Comment on that too. So anyways, without further ado, for the millionth time, see you guys soon, thanks for watching. Bye.